Hello! Hello! Happy New Year! Happy 2018 to you, all of you, whoever sees this video. If you're a movie fan, if you're Canadian, if you're American, if you like Batman, if you like Star Wars, if you like movies, if you know who Kendra Lust is, or Sarah J, or Nikki Benz, or Brandy Love. I could go on and on. You know who you follow the NHL, all that cool stuff. You still buy tangible movies, Blu-rays, music. I still buy CDs. I know, I'm one of the 12%. It's crazy. Anyway, why do I always burp in my videos? Happy New Year! Fuck. Anyway, this is your friendly neighborhood Canadian, Reed, currently in small town Alberta, a little town called Lac La Biche. Very nice people, but we are very much stuck in 1999. Everyone here in Lac La Biche is hoping Y2J doesn't wipe out humanity. Yeah, this town's a little backwards. And this leads into my top 10 favorite movies of 2017, because I'm a big movie whore. I'm a big movie fan. And in the world we live in, movies are a great escape. They've always been a great escape, but especially now, because 2018, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows, right? Who knows? Donald Trump and our Prime Minister here in Canada, and then Russia. Crazy. Anyway, I'm a movie fan. I'm a movie whore. I've spent most of my income on movies. I love collecting movies, buying movies, Blu-rays, DVDs back in the day, VHS when I was a kid. Movies everywhere, Blu-rays, DVDs, whatever. But okay, so 2016. The first few months of that year was the last part of my 7 months of hell I was going through in Edmonton, where my life had fallen apart. Yada yada yada. That's another story. But anyway. And then I took a random job offer to come to Lac La Biche, and the plan was to only stay for 2 weeks. I'm 20 months later. I'm still in Lac La Biche. Very happy with the job and the people I've met and everything, and the people and the scenery of Lac La Biche is beautiful. It's just the town is a little backwards. That's maybe another video. Anyway, sometimes I tweet about it on my PC Twitter. But anyway. We don't have a movie theater here. There used to be a movie theater in the small town of Lac La Biche, but it stopped. I don't know. They didn't want to upgrade it, I guess. So this was months before I showed up. I showed up at the end of May 2016 in Lac La Biche. I was only going to be here 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most. 20 months later, here I am. Anyway, I only saw 3 movies in theaters in 2016 because of life, because of jobs, because of money, because of just stuff. So my New Year's resolution last year, January 1st, 2017, I even stated it in front of coworkers, was my goal was to see at least 7 movies in a theater in 2017. When you live in the city, born and raised in Edmonton, city of champions, home of the worst NHL hockey fans in the world, the 70% of the Oilers fans, who are ridiculous. And Edmonton, also home of some of the worst drivers in Canada. I'm sorry, but it's true. Edmontonians, you fucking suck at driving. Please do better. Please. You take things like movies and convenience stores and shopping malls and food choices for granted when you Lac La Biche, not a lot of these things. So anyway, my point being, for me to see a movie, and because I choose not to drive because I'm a bad driver, I'm saving lives by not driving. I'm also saving the environment, unlike James Cameron, who's a piece of shit, who has a huge plane, pollutes the world, and then talks about oil sands and all this crap. I don't drive, I don't smoke. I'm already helping the environment more than most people. And I'm a bad driver, I'm saving lives. Anyway, the closest movie theater to Lac La Biche are in St. Paul, which is about 90 minutes away, and it's an older theater. And then Cold Lake, an Army base, an Air Force base, Sorry, I'm not an army guy like my friend Wally was. An Air Force base that Russia will probably bomb. It's about 95 minutes away. And then Edmonton, born and raised, where I've lived most of my entire life. Edmonton's a real city, people. West Edmonton Mall, Edmonton Oilers, real city. Movie theaters everywhere. Like, almost 100 movies. Like, a lot, okay? You get the point. Anyway, a real city. So, I don't drive. So, for me to see a movie, I have to go with someone. He takes me. Usually, I've seen a lot of movies with my friend Catlin. I've seen movies with a couple other people who've been cool. When I go to Edmonton on vacations, I try to see movies. Anyway, my goal was 7 movies. Because of work, life, yada, yada, yada. So, I was able to see 15 movies this year, which is amazing. Double what I wanted by a lot. So, this is my top 10 favorite movies of 2017. But here's the deal with my list, because I'm an OCD freak and I'm weird. I have quirks. We all have quirks, right? One of my quirks ever since I was a child, and I've been rating movies for a long time, I only consider movies that I spent money on in the movie theater as movies I'm available to rate for movies. It's weird. Like, I'll buy Blu-rays I've never seen before, but they don't count on my list. I don't know why. It's an OCD thing. It can't. Like, I have Dunkirk sitting over there. I have The Dark Tower sitting over there, which I still haven't watched. I have a couple other movies that I haven't watched, but they wouldn't count on this list because I didn't see them in the theater. I didn't spend money. I don't know why. It's just my quirk. You know, like I like women in high heels. That's just one of those things. So anyway, my list is only based on 15 films. But hey, unlike a lot of people you watch on YouTube, I don't live in a bubble like in Burbank, California, like a lot of those Collider people. There's a couple people on Collider that are cool. John Roca and Mark Ellis, Van Halen fan. And there's other people on Collider that are just like people they knew, like, hey, we go to 7-Eleven together. We like Slurpees. Why don't you come on YouTube and give us your opinion about movies? And other people, many people on YouTube, whatever. I'm just a guy from Canada, a man who loves movies, who loves women in high heels, who loves Kendra Lust, who loves hockey and Batman and Canada. So, just a man, just a normal guy like you and me. Anyway, top 10 favorite movies, 2017. Let me start by saying Transformers. I have an IMDb thing. I love IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes sucks. I think Rotten Tomatoes is the sheep of internet crap. I don't know. I just like IMDb. Transformers: The Last Night is the worst movie I saw this year by a long country mile. Transformers is the worst Transformers movie I ever saw in my life. Anyone who's known me or worked with me knows I'm a big movie guy. I'm usually the guy they talk to about movies, ask opinions. I own lots of movies. I would lend movies out. And when I lived with my ex-roommate in Edmonton before, he kind of went crazy and weird and things got weird. He was also a big movie fan, movie horror like me. So, I hated Transformers 2. Transformers: The Last Night made me like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Transformers: The Last Night is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in a long, long time. Michael Bay, you fucking owe humanity a refund. I want to do a YouTube video just on that, but anyway, I fucking hated that movie. And if that movie's in your top 10 list, you and me can never be friends. So, just end that dream right there. This is Sprite. I don't drink water. Anyway, funny story. We went to Transformers in St. Paul, and on the way back, a deer decided to commit suicide in front of my friend Catlin's truck, thus ending the deer's life and ending my friend Catlin's truck's life. So Michael Bay, I've tweeted it. I say it often. Michael Bay, you owe my friend a truck. Fuck. And humanity money. Anyway, top 10 movies. Let's go, because I want this video to be about movies. Number 10, a movie I really enjoyed. Went in, just entertaining. Kong, Skull Island. I really liked this movie. It was entertaining. I liked the cast. Samuel L. Jackson's character was a little delusional, but it had some really cool moments, and yeah, I really enjoyed it for what it was. So there. Number 9. Now listen, I know in the mid-2000s, the media in the world convinced all of us, sheep, most of us, I'm not a sheep, I'm a wolf, to hate Tom Cruise. Why? Because he jumped on Oprah's couch because he was in love. So the world turned against Tom Cruise. A lot of people didn't see his movies for a long time. And then he's bounced back in the last many years, thanks to many great Mission and Impossible movies and some other stuff. Anyway, number 9 is The Mummy. I liked this movie. It was entertaining. Tom Cruise's character in the movie isn't a great character, but he played it well. Russell Crowe, I love Russell Crowe. I probably have a man crush on Russell Crowe. Don't know why I can't say Russell Crowe. I could watch Russell fuck my life. I could watch Russell Crowe eat a banana. And I like watching hot women eat bananas. Russell Crowe in anything makes me like a movie more. Russell Crowe in The Mummy was great. I like The Mummy. It was entertaining. The internet shit all over it. Don't believe the hype. If the internet likes anything too much or hates anything too much, it's usually incorrect. So when the internet was like Deadpool's the greatest movie ever, wrong. And when the internet's like The Mummy's the worst movie ever, wrong. So I would recommend The Mummy if you never saw it. And if you like Tom Cruise, give it a go. It's not perfect, but it's better than the Brendan Fraser movies from the 1999 early 2000s. Okay, number 8. Logan. I love Logan. I love Wolverine. I'm Canadian. I have to. It's kind of our contract. It's in our DNA. And Hugh Jackman is one of the perfect examples of best casting ever. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. And we're probably going to see him in Avengers 4. Calling it now. Thanks to the merger. Anyway, I love Logan. It was rated R. It was violent. It wasn't overly violent. It used lots of swears. It was mature. It was an adult movie, not the kind of adult movies with Sarah J. and Nikki Benz and Kendra Lust and Brandy Love and Mercedes Carrera. Yeah, I know a lot of porn stars. Of them. I don't know. Anyway. I wish. Bazinga! Anyway. Logan. Really, really good. I didn't like the way the movie ended. I didn't like the way the story kind of went in the third act, but enjoyable, awesome, rated at 8 stars. Not the best R-rated superhero film. Better than Deadpool. It's Deadpool, Logan, and then Watchmen is the best R-rated superhero film of all time. Sorry, folks, it just is. Okay, number 7, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I love this movie. It was entertaining as fuck. Guardians of the Galaxy makes a new generation of people care about songs no one cared about in the 70s. It's fucking awesome how they do that. Yeah, some songs are good. Obviously, anything by Fleetwood Mac is good. But Guardians of the Galaxy was such a shit property. Like, no one bought the comics. The comics always got canceled when I was a kid. No one bought it. It was a shit property. And like Kevin Smith just said, someone probably dared Kevin Feige when he was drunk. I dare you to make a movie out of one of the worst properties ever and make it successful. And he was like, Guardians of the Galaxy, challenge accepted. Well, in 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy was like the top movie of the year, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was amazing. And I'm a man, I can admit it. I cried the last 20 minutes of that movie. Was not expecting the emotional tugs at my heart, at my Jewish heart, that it did. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, number 7 movie of 2017. Number 6, this movie seems to be dividing people. It was the last movie I saw in theaters around right before Christmas. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Listen, I love Star Wars. Star Wars rules. I'm a big Star Wars guy. It was a really, really good movie. I gave it 8 out of 10 stars on my IMDb ranking. Visually amazing. It made some interesting choices with its plot and character decisions and uses of the Force, which I'm sure if you watch this video, you've watched other YouTube videos. I don't need to get into it. Where some things I didn't like, some things were crazy, some things were interesting, thought-provoking. Anyway, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which I thought would be my number 1 going into that movie, is number 6. So there you go. Okay, I need more Sprite. Okay, top 5. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Shocked as hell how much I enjoyed this movie, how much I laughed and enjoyed the jokes and the humor and the teenage life of this young Peter Parker, because I don't give a shit about teenagers. I don't. And I didn't want another young Spider-Man. I always wanted to see a Spider-Man that I fell in love with in the mid-2000s, because when Civil War was a Marvel Comics event, Civil War, Secret Invasion, World War Hulk, all these things that Marvel did for that 5-year period, it didn't suck. Peter Parker was a 30-year-old man going through all these things, and that was compelling. And I loved Tobey Maguire, and I liked Andrew Garfield too as Spider-Man. And I didn't want to see another fucking origin Spider-Man story. But Spider-Man Homecoming was smart, funny, entertaining. Michael Keaton was a great villain. Tom Holland is a pretty decent Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Marissa Tomei is the hottest Aunt May. Marissa Tomei is one of the hottest women alive, especially if you're like a mid-30s, early 40s, 50s man in that age group. Marissa Tomei is fucking hot. If you don't believe me, check out a movie called The Guru from the early 2000s. Marissa Tomei in yoga. Fucking hot. Okay, number 4. I'm a DC guy. I'm a DC homer. I admit it, but because I can admit it, I think that's cool, because I admit it has flaws. Justice League. Justice League is number 4. I'm as shocked as you watching this video that Justice League is so high on my list. I think I did a review about Justice League 4 in the morning. It's one of my random YouTube videos, because this is an amateur channel, you know, and I don't really do things I don't have a plan. I'm like the Joker. I just kind of, you know, I roll with the punches. I'm like a dog spinning, looking at tires, rolling. See, I can't even talk. Fuck. But anyway, Justice League. I look forward to seeing the 3-hour cut directed by Zack Snyder if Warner Brothers releases it, because they should. Because it's a source of income, and obviously they kind of fucked up with this movie. But Justice League had enough in it that I loved, and especially my DC nerd comic book part of me, that it's number 4 on my list. So I apologize. Send your hate to me. I'll take it. Excuse me. Now, my top 3 movies all could have been my number 1, because I like them equally. All my they're the only 3 movies I rated 9 out of 10 stars. No movie got 10 stars in my opinion, 2017. But it was a tough call between these 3, but I narrowed it down. And by the end of January, I should own them all on Blu-ray and Steelbook. Okay, number 3, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, fucking amazing. Cultural phenomenon and a very important, significant movie for women, for females, for the way comic book movies are viewed, gender, like all that important stuff that women care about, that we should care about as men who love women. Wonder Woman was amazing. And culturally significant is correct. And it's the one movie the internet agrees that, like, even the DC haters, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman have split, right? Wonder Woman was the only movie that wasn't split. Everyone fucking loved Wonder Woman or enjoyed it. So Wonder Woman, number 3 on my list. Gal Gadot, amazing. I can't go on about how good Gal Gadot is. Okay, number 2. A sequel that blows the original out of the water. And I say this straight face because there's lots of myths on the internet. And one of them is that Ridley Scott's Blade Runner is a masterpiece. It's not. The story of Blade Runner? I love it, no editing. Blade Runner is a very great movie, and 1982 was one of the best years in movies. But the flaw in Ridley Scott's Blade Runner is the story. The story in Blade Runner 2049 is amazing, and just that movie was visually amazing and beautiful. The cinematography in that movie was fantastic. The direction, Ryan Gosling, I don't know where the fuck you came from, fellow Canadian man, but the last few movies I've seen with you in, you've rocked the fuck out of those movies. And fuck, man, Ryan Gosling, good job. Harrison Ford actually gave a shit in this performance like he did in The Force Awakens. And you have to see the original Blade Runner before you watch Blade Runner 2049. Fucking Batista kills it again in a cameo role. Who would have thought in 2017 Batista would be the second or third best wrestler turned actor we've ever seen. Seriously. Anyway, Blade Runner 2049, amazing. I have it ordered from Best Buy, Steelbook, Blu-ray, and 4K combo, whatever, is coming in the mail. Number one favorite movie, It. It. Horror movie, scary movie, awesome movie. It was awesome. It made me laugh. It made me give a shit about child actors because I don't like children in movies. I don't like child actors. Very few I give a shit about. If I watch a movie like 28 Weeks Later or The Walking Dead, the first couple seasons, or any other kind of zombie post-apocalyptic movie, I think the children are always the worst part of those, and usually the children ruin the movie and cause something to make everyone die. But in Logan, the teenage girl in that movie was phenomenal, and the entire cast of It, all those kid actors, child actors, were amazing. It was awesome. Pennywise was awesome. It was a very well crafted, well made movie that would scare me and was enjoyable. So there you go. That's my top 10 favorite movies 2017. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Subscribe, because my goal is to have 18 subscribers by the end of year 3. And write comments. Give me your favorite movies of 2017. Give me shit for not including movies I've never seen, like, you know, Dunkirk. Dunkirk's probably amazing. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, special little shout out to a movie that came out in 2017 that I did see on Blu-ray, but Split. M. Night Shyamalan, you motherfucker. You make a decade worth of shitty movies, and then you come back with Split, and then that fucking ending connected to one of my other favorite movies you did back in the early 2000s. Motherfucker. Good job. Anyway, thank you. Like, subscribe. Happy New Year. All the best to you. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Be good.